Hello everyone. Welcome to NathCorp Spotlight series. Today we are covering how we can use Microsoft Copilot Studio to create an AI assistant that help user with their ServiceNow queries. So in this video, I will walk you through our ServiceNow HelpDesk Assistant, which is built with Microsoft Copilot Studio. So here our goal is simple. Give employee a fast, guided way to get help from our AI assistant, either by finding the right answer from the ServiceNow knowledge or checking the ticket status or creating a high quality incident when needed. So this demo focuses on four outcomes: knowledge, incidents, records, and security. You will see how the assistant keeps ServiceNow as the system of record while making the support experience more user friendly and efficient. And most importantly, everything you will see is designed for enterprise use, which is permission aware and governed. So here is the agenda for today. First, I will set the context, why organizations typically struggle with support volume and ticket quality. Then I will introduce the solution approach. That means our ServiceNow Copilot Studio solution. After that, we will go through the core capabilities and demo storyline, where the user asks a question and gets a trusted answer from knowledge, check ticket status in natural language, and create an incident only when necessary. We will also highlight an enterprise enhancement, which is historic ticket analysis, which help the assistant recommended proven steps or collect the right information faster. Finally, I will close with security, expected outcomes, and next step. So let's start with why this matter. So we usually see three challenges in help desk operations. The first one is employee friction. User waste their time searching for answers, asking for a status update, or submitting tickets that are missing key details. That creates delays and frustration among the user. The second challenge is help desk workload. So the L1 team spend a lot of time repeating answers, chasing the informations, and handling what is the status of that ticket. Is enterprise risk. That means knowledge and records often include restricted information. So you must ensure that the assistant that it never expose the content a user is not allowed to see. This assistant directly address these challenges by guiding users to the right outcomes. A trusted answer when possible, easily ticket lookup, and structured incident creation. Helpful insight from history and secure access through control throughputs. Now, let us look at what the assistant can do. So these are the four core capabilities that reduce the highest volume support interactions. The first one is the knowledge answers. Here, the assistant return guidance from approved ServiceNow knowledge articles, but in more user-friendly way. Crucially, it respects the knowledge permission also. So restricted knowledge remains fully restricted. Then we have second core feature, which is incident creation. So when a ticket is needed, it guides the user through a right questions and create an actionable incident with consistent quality. It reduces the back and forth that slows the resolutions. Moving to our third core feature is record search. So user can ask in plain language, so my recent incident or what is the status of my open ticket without navigating to the portal. The fourth core feature is historic ticket advisor. So here it uses resolve ticket to either recommend safe steps the user can try, or when the request requires a fulfillment from a support person, it collect the exact information which is needed. So the support person can act quickly after the incident is created. Now I will show how this come together as one guided journey. So in the step one, we have ask. Here, the employer described the issue in natural language, such as, I'm not able to connect to the VPN. Then step two, answer. Here, the assistant checks ServiceNow knowledge article and provide trusted guidance or basic troubleshooting steps a user can perform from their end. Then we have step three as decide. So if the issue isn't resolved, the assistant choose the right path, self-service guidance, record lookup, or incident creation. Then we have fourth and final step as act. It then asks and takes the best action with the user. So let me ground this with two examples. So example one, where user is having an issue in which his Outlook prompts for password repeatedly. So this is typically a self-service scenario. The assistant surfaces the most common safe fix, including all the steps from past resolution, ask the user if they want to try them, and create a ticket only if the problem remains. And for the example two, here user is having a critical notification distribution list membership issue. So this is not a try these step types of scenario. It requires a fulfillment from a support person. So the assistant recognizes that and shift to information gathering. It asks which list is needed and capturing the required details so the request can be routed correctly without any delays. So far, we have explored the complete user journey and the key capabilities of our ServiceNow AI HelpDesk Assistant. Now comes the exciting part, seeing everything in action. So let me bring up the Copilot chat experience so we can interact directly with the assistant and experience what employees see in their day-to-day work. So what you are about to see is how user can get answer faster, track requests effortlessly, and create better support tickets all through a simple conversational experience. Let's get started. So here I am in Copilot 65 chat UI. So one of the most common reason employee contact the help desk is simply because they don't know where to find the right information. So with our AI assistant, user can ask questions in natural language and instantly receive trusted answer directly from ServiceNow knowledge base articles. So let me demonstrate this for you. So I'll ask, how do I manage DL setting using OWA, Outlook for Web, and hit enter. So now behind the scene, the assistant is searching ServiceNow knowledge source and identifying the most relevant information based on the user's context. And within seconds, we will receive a guided response with clear troubleshooting steps and recommended actions. So here we can see it is providing the response in a guided manner, step by step procedure a user can follow from their end, such as accessing the DL management, go to provided OWA link for distribution groups, and you will see DLs you belong to and the DLs you own. So actions for distribution list you belongs to, this type of action a user can perform if a distribution list belongs to a user. And if a user is owner of that distribution list, he or she can perform this much of actions. And it is also providing how they can change the owner, how they can change the name of the DL, all this in step to step manner. So what's important here is that the response is grounded in official ServiceNow knowledge, not a public web content. This means user receive trusted, approved information while organization maintain a full governance over their knowledge assets. Even better, the ServiceNow permission are respected automatically, so users only see content they are authorized to access. For employee, this means an instant answer, but for a support team or enterprise, it means fewer repetitive tickets and more time focused on high value work. Now let's move on to another common help desk scenario. One of the biggest source of support requests isn't actually the technical issue, it's the status inquiry. So user frequently ask questions like, what's the status of my ticket? Has anyone updated my incident? Can you show my recent request? So instead of navigating through portals or contacting support, user can simply ask the assistant. So let me just type the query. So I'll just type, hey, show my recent incidents and hit enter. So here, the assistant understands the user's context and use our custom ServiceNow integration to retrieve their incident record in real time. Within moment, it presents a structured view of their tickets, categorized by status, whether they are open, in progress, resolved, or in a closed state. And alongside each ticket, users can quickly view important details such as incident number, short description, current status of that incident, last updated time, and what are the impact and urgency of that incident. So here we can see it has fetched all the recent incident from ServiceNow and categorized those into open, active, recently closed incident. And it is also providing the incident number, the state of that incident, short description of the incident, and last updated time and date. And it is also asking, would you like details on any of these, or do you want me to update, close, or reopen a specific ticket? Yes, this assistant can do all of this. And the conversation doesn't stop here. So if a user can continue asking follow-up question naturally, such as like so the latest comment on incident XYZ, or which of my tickets are still awaiting actions. This dramatically reduce status checks, email, phone calls, and manual follow-ups while giving users immediate visibility into their request. Now let's look at what happens when a self-service isn't enough. So traditionally, incident creation often results in incomplete information, vague descriptions, and multiple rounds of clarification between a support team and the user. So our AI assistant solved this problem through an intelligent intake process for creating an incident for users. So let me invoke the incident creation flow. I'll just type create a ticket for me. So when a user report an issue, the assistant doesn't simply create a ticket immediately. Instead, it asks targeted follow-up questions to gather the information support team actually need. So as a first step, it will ask to describe the issue, what I am facing. Now it is asking, please describe the issue you are facing. So I'll just provide that I'm not able to manage my DL settings using Outlook. So as a first step, it will start searching for the official knowledge base. So it will look up for any knowledge article into the service now and fetch any troubleshooting step. So here we can see it is asking, have you attempted below? And it is now asking all the troubleshooting steps which a user can perform. So I have already tried this, but my issue is still exists. So I'll just say that yes, I have tried, but my issue exists. Let me paste this. Okay, now it is asking, do you want to proceed with incident creation? Yes, of course. So I'll just say yes. Please proceed with incident creation. So here comes the intelligent part, where this AI assistant is intelligently identifying all the missing information from users' query, and it is asking some mandatory questions to users, such as what specific change are you trying to make to the distribution list setting? Are you receiving any error message or unexpected behavior when attempting to manage DL setting? Which browser and version are you using to access OWA? Do you have the necessary permission to manage distribution list? So I'll just provide some of the information which I have with me, such as I'll just say I'm trying to add a user to my DL which I own, and error I'm getting is not able to. add the user. I am using Outlook with 24.0 version. So I think this information is enough. So I'll just hit submit and submit the details. So now it will try to structure all the information which it gathers from the user, such as the raw user issues, now this answer response from the user for these follow-up questions, and it will try to categorize all this information using the intelligence for mandatory fields such as short description, full description, and it will also try to suggest what should be the category and subcategory for this user's issue. So here we can see it has provided a fully structured incident details into a card such as short description, full description, category and subcategory. So in the short description we can see it is added that user cannot add user to honor DL via OWA. And in the full description it has added the user reports they are unable to manage distribution list setting using Outlook web app. They on the DL and are specifically trying to add a user to the list, but the attempt failed with an error including they are not able to add the user. So here we can see all the informations are brilliantly incorporated into full description as well as the basic troubleshooting steps which I have declared that I have tried but my issue exists. So also these troubleshooting steps are mentioned here. Now it has suggested the category and subcategory as email and distribution list management. So once the user is happy with the information provided here, he can go and click on confirm and create ticket. So I'll just click on that and then it will ask some of the mandatory field which is required to create the incident, such as who is the caller ID for this incident. So I'll provide my name as I'm the caller for this incident. So I'll just provide my name. Okay, now it is asking for the urgency and it is describing how a user can decide what is the urgency, such as enter 1 if the issue requires immediate resolution, or enter 2 if the issue hinders work significantly but is not critical or temporary work or not exists, and 3 if the issue is minor inconvenience that does not impact daily productivity or deadline. So in my case, I'll select 3 and hit enter. So now it is asking for the impact of the issue. Use 1 for high impact if it is affecting more than 30 users, 2 as a medium if it is affecting below 30, more than 1, and 3 for low impact if it's only affecting a single user. So here it is only affecting to me, so I'll select 3 as an impact for this issue. So now it captures the problem being experienced by the users, business impact, the error message facing by the user, troubleshooting steps already attempted, and relevant contextual information. So the result is clean, structured, and actionable incident. So within a minute, it will create an incident for me in ServiceNow and acknowledge me into this UI. So here we can see it is saying, thanks Farhan, I have created your incident. The incident number is INC00100382. The status is open. Short description is cannot add user to on DL via OWA, and impact and urgency is 3, priority is 5, and assignment group is 80 services. And it is also saying that what I log. So you are the TL owner and are trying to add a member via OWA, and you followed the self-service steps already and still can't add the member. So it is now suggesting me the next step it can perform. The AD services team will review and reach out. You will receive update by email. If you can, I can add these details to help the team like TL name, the users you are trying to add, exact error message or a screenshot, browser and version I'm using. So all these things it can do on behalf of me. So currently I'm good with that. So I'll just let it be. So this completely improves the ticket quality. It enables more actual and accurate routing, reduce the resolution delays, and significantly decrease back and forth communication between users and support team. Now, let us quickly recap the value delivered by the ServiceNow AI HelpDesk Assistant users again. So it provides instant answer from a trusted enterprise knowledge, self-service access to ticket information, faster and easier incident creations, and the benefit for support team is reduce the ticket volumes, fewer status check requests, higher quality incidents, and improved operational efficiency. Now, let's return to the presentation and explore the remaining areas, including security and integrity, enterprise enhancement, and our takeaways. Moving to our next part, we have security and data integrity. So, this is the most important slide for enterprise adoption, security and data integrity. So, first we have RBAC at the source. So, ServiceNow remains the source of the truth for the knowledge and ticket access. If a user can't read HR or finance content in ServiceNow, the assistant can't retrieve or display it either into the Copilot chatbot. That prevents accidental exposure by design. Then second, we have per user context. Here, the assistant operates using the sign-in user permission rather than relying on a broad shared account. So access remain aligned to least privilege. We have third as a data integrity. So when creating an incident, the assistant captures the required information, confirms the intent from the users, and records what has already been tried. Then it prevents duplicate troubleshooting and improves ticket quality. So if I summarize this in one line for stakeholders, so it is like the assistant can only surface knowledge and records the user is already authorized to access in ServiceNow, and actions follow governed auditable workflow. Now I will highlight two key enterprise enhancements we have implemented in this. So the first one is historic ticket analysis. So the assistant can learn from the past resolved incidents. It reads resolution patterns and the conversation history to decide what to do next. Most importantly, it classifies scenarios into practical paths, such as self-service, where it's so safe step to the user, then agent required. Here it decide don't show try steps, instead collect required intakes from the users. And then we have hybrid approach, where the user tries safe step first, and if doesn't work, create a better ticket, noting what was already attempted by the user. Second key enhancement was end user oriented KB display with RBAC. So knowledge retrieval is permission aware. ServiceNow access rules remains the guardrail. This ensures restricted knowledge doesn't leak while employees still get clean, easy to follow answers. Together, these enhancements drive two outcomes: fewer repetitive tickets and faster resolution without compromising the governance. So let's close this with a key takeaways. To warm up, there are three key takeaways. The first one is faster self-service. So here, employee can get answer and guidance immediately, often without creating a ticket at all. Second, better ticket quality. When a ticket is needed, the assistant collects the right information and create a well-structured incident, reducing back and forth and improving the routing of the incidents. Third, we have secure by design. That means access control is enforced at the system of record, and user only see what they are permitted to see, making the assistant safe for enterprise use. As next step, we typically recommend a pilot, pick a few high volume use case, measure deflection and ticket quality improvement, and then expand to additional department and workflows.